maybe I'm gonna lose my Gamergate Chud card here, but I so far don't have an issue with Brie Larson being cast in the Mario movie. But let's see what Flash has to say. Super Mario Galaxy movie trailer Backlash, Hollywood woke lunatic dragged over insane take. Let's find out.
So Nintendo showed off the first trailer for the Super Mario Galaxy movie, which is coming out April 2026. And there's a bit of a controversial casting choice.
Mind you, I haven't actually watched the trailer yet. We're going to watch the trailer after this, but I heard about this casting, and people were melting down about it. We're going to listen to the trailer after this to find out if she's fine, because for those of y'all that don't know or weren't following me back in the time, I don't even remember. Yeah, I was doing content at the time because I did my review of the movie dressed as Mario. Anyway, I was a big proponent for Chris Pratt as Mario. I thought the casting was totally fine, and I think the casting of Brie Larson is fine. We'll get into why.
Brie Larson will be in the movie playing Rosalina. And I saw that, and I really didn't think anything of it, to be honest, because Brie Larson hasn't done anything crazy in a long time.
Exactly! That's the exact reason. Look, if this was half a decade ago, if this was 5 years ago, I'd be moaning and groaning too. I'd be being annoying about this. I would absolutely be full-on Gamergate Chud about this, because 5 years ago, Brie Larson was annoying as fuck. But lately, she's shut the fuck up. She hasn't said anything in a long time. In fact, the few times she has said shit, it's been pretty base. Y'all remember when she was doing press at a movie festival, right? It was a movie festival, and Johnny Depp had like some big comeback movie that was being shown off. It was like the Cannes Film Festival or something. I don't remember. Anyway, so Johnny Depp, this is right after all the stuff with Amber Heard and whatnot, and the press still fucking hated him because, hashtag Me Too and dumb shit like that. And for whatever reason, this journalist tried to get a clip, for the headline of Brie Larson, protecting Amber Heard or talking shit on Johnny Depp. So the journalist was like, "What do you think of Johnny Depp here premiering his film after the Amber Heard allegations and whatnot?" And she goes, "The fuck that got to do with me?" Like, that's basically what she said. Obviously, she gave a much more respectable answer than that. She basically boiled it down to like, yeah, I'm here to talk about movies and the movie I'm in. That's not any of my business. She gave a very diplomatic answer, which was correct. So needless to say, I got no issue with Larson as of right now. So long as she doesn't open her goddamn mouth and say some ridiculous shit on the press junkets for Mario 2, I'll be fine. Frankly, I'm more worried about Seth Rogen saying some dumb shit than her, assuming he's coming back as Donkey Kong.
Used to say wild shit constantly. That's kind of changed. She, I think, honestly has been on somewhat of a redemption arc. I think this movie will be fun. But there's still a lot of people talking about it. Notably, Grace Randolph, who is getting a lot of shit.
I saw Grace Randolph's take about this on X like an hour ago. Like, right before going live, dude. Not right before, like an hour ago. I was just scrolling through X, like, all right, I gotta stream in an hour. Let's just chill out, play on the internet, whatnot. And I saw Grace Randolph's ridiculous take. I didn't know that's what this video was going to be about. All right, let's go.
Right now, we're going to go over that. But I just want to say, in general, the first movie, when this came out, was really funny because critics hated it. They did not like this movie.
Bro, critics hated this shit. If I remember right, Grace Randolph hated this shit. But didn't she say something like, I think the Japanese people, like, have a thing for, people that turn into cats? Like, I don't even remember what her whole fucking diatribe was. Grace Randolph, hey, I fucking loved it. If you guys want to see me back when I was still fat, I reviewed this movie in a full Mario cosplay. It was awesome. Good time. I loved the movie. I also roasted, but this wasn't just a left-leaning thing. Like, yeah, you had Grace Randolph being fucking retarded about this movie. You also had Tim Pool throwing a bitch fit. You had Tim Pool being like, "It's woke! The movie's woke!" And so, like, I've got this fucking old-school video. The thumbnail I still find hilarious. I turned Tim's beanie into, like, a Wario beanie, and, roasted the fuck out of Tim Pool for his take. This movie, look, guys, I'm stoked. The first one was awesome. I'm very excited for the second one.
You can see it right here. Top critics, 44%. All critics, 59%. I think that's actually gone up a little bit. But overall, critics, they didn't like the movie. Audiences, they loved it. They went in there getting what they wanted, which was just a straight.
Bro, this is one of the most diverse, and I mean this in a positive way, movie theater experiences I'd ever visited. And by diverse, I mean the age range, right? I saw 4-year-olds, I saw 64-year-olds. When this movie came out, was I 30? I think it was around 30, 29, something like that. Like, dude, it was a packed house theater, all different age ranges, all different, not all different genders, both different genders. Like, this movie was an event, dude. This was truly like a bring everyone together kind of moment.
Straight up fun Mario movie. Doesn't need to be revolutionary. It just needs to be fun. I don't know, like that was one of the biggest critic points on the movie is that it was a pretty simple movie. Like, well, what does it need to do?
Worked.
It just needs to introduce these Mario characters and have them go on an adventure so that you can tell more. It's a basic kids movie. And that's, I think, what Nintendo was going for. That, and I think they did want to play it.
Now, here's the dealio. I'm massively excited for Zelda. I am stoked for live-action Zelda. Look, Mario, you can get away with being a basic, simple kids movie. In fact, that's what I want out of it. That's what I want out of Mario. Zelda, though, got to have a little bite to it. Zelda got to have a little bit of teeth to it. Zelda, first of all, I like that it's live action. I want to see a more family-friendly, family-oriented version of something akin to the Lord of the Rings, right? I think there's got to be some bite to it. There's got to be some nuance. There's got to be some grit. Obviously, keep it PG-13. It's the Legend of Zelda. But boy, I'm getting out with this. All I ever wanted for Mario was to be a kid's movie. Zelda is going to be the real trick. We'll see what happens there.
It's safe a little bit. It was smart, especially with the way things are done with a lot of these kids' properties today. So critics didn't like it, and some of the reasons were pretty crazy beyond the simple story. I think it's good that this movie had a simple story. You want kids to really come out of this movie excited, and it seems like they were. Now, so many controversies surrounding this movie. One being that no one was gay in it. That was a thing. That had people going back and praising the old one. How the Super...
What? I don't remember. I straight up would have covered this if I saw this article back then. Damn. Seems like I missed some good shit in 2023.
Mario Brothers movie went from box office bomb to unlikely LGBTQIA plus hit. Well, we need gayness in the new one, too. Maybe Luigi is a homosexual.
No, Peach was not a girl boss. Peach was a capable, adequate fighter as she's depicted in Smash Bros. And in various other Mario games you can play as her. The movie also explains why she is. She was raised in the Mushroom Kingdom, so she's done all the obstacle courses and stuff a bajillion times. It's Mario's first time. He's going on his hero's journey. Peach wasn't a girl boss at all in the movie.
Actual now. It was all kinds of crazy shit going on with this movie. There was a lot of
no problem, Negris.
Surrounding it. Surrounding its success, surrounding the fact there weren't any woke things in it. It was pretty fun time. So now, some of these critics that don't like Mario are grabbing...
Now, all the praise I had for the Mario movie, I will say, the Sonic movies are better. Sorry, it's true. All three of them. All three Sonic movies are better. Fuck you, Mario. Sonic supremacy. Just had to get that out there.
On anything they can, and this is it now. So here's Grace Randolph, who did not like the first movie, was very, very...
Grace Randolph gave the new Super Mario movie a highly critical review, calling it totally inaccessible for non-fans, a shocking misfire. Look, the movie made $1.2 billion, right? Movie made $1.2 billion. I imagine it was pretty accessible for non-fans. Now, movies making money don't equate to them being good, but it does equate to them being accessible, because that means a lot of motherfuckers went and saw it. She's just retarded.
Against it. She criticized it like it was supposed to be some kind of Shakespearean movie. Maybe Mario needed to get up on a podium, hold a skull, give a monologue. I don't know. But these critics went crazy over this movie. It was fucking ridiculous. And a lot of people dunked on her review, particularly. I don't remember
I did or not, but I may have.
Flashcast when she dropped it. Here are the key points from AI. Grace Randolph gave the Super Mario Brothers movie a highly critical review, calling it totally inaccessible for non-fans and a shocking misfire. I don't understand how it was inaccessible for non-fans.
Not only is it's very accessible for non-fans because it gives Mario a full-on backstory that he doesn't. I mean, I get it. He does have in the games in terms of like if you look into the canon and look into the Japanese origins. The point is, all that's largely irrelevant. Mario games are not exactly the most story-driven of games. So if anything, this is the most accessible way to get into Mario because it gives you all the character stuff that the games really don't.
Literally, you just meet the Mario Brothers in the real world, and they are exploring and discovering the Mushroom Kingdom for the first time with you, the audience member. But apparently, you needed deep story for a plot that revolves around a dude jumping on mushrooms.
Yeah, exactly, Jake.
She found the story antiquated and somewhat offensive.
Antiquated and somewhat offensive. Guys, just so you know, y'all be hearing a lot of Grace Randolph impressions when we be doing this.
And criticized it for not explaining the world to new audiences despite being filled with Nintendo
It
Easter
literally
eggs.
did, though.
Some critics who are fans of the games, like Randolph, were disappointed by the film.
Not only the movie, guys, I want to remind y'all, this is how dumb Grace Randolph is. She had trouble wrapping her head around the politics of a children's movie. And yes, I say the politics because, like, oh, Bowser wants to take over the Mushroom Kingdom and whatnot. Like, I'm saying politics jokingly, of course. But Grace Randolph couldn't wrap her head around the world building and the story of the Super Mario Bros. Yet she wants to try and tell you how amazing Predator Badlands is.
Younger audiences and many who are fans of the games enjoyed it. Is she a fan of the games? I don't know if I believe that. But yeah, she found it offensive. Which I don't know how you walk away from that movie being offended. Maybe it's because of Chris Pratt. Because remember, anything that Chris Pratt does needs to tank.
And Badger's
that's
wrong,
another
Dax.
reason that they went after that movie.
Love him, but he's wrong.
A lot of people in Hollywood don't like him. But Chris...
I don't know. I haven't seen the trailer yet. Negris, we're gonna be watching the trailer after this.
But Grace Randolph dropped this, almost kind of letting everyone know that she is hoping this movie tanks, just like she hoped the last one tanked. If anything can tank the new Super Mario Brothers movie, it's Brie Larson.
Here's my thoughts. This is my appeal. This is my appeal to all of my fellow straight white male gamer chuds out there. This is what I have to say to you if you're watching this video. I get some of y'all might not like Brie Larson. Look, I'm giving her a pass. I think she's been on a bit of a redemption arc. I get it. Some of y'all might not like her. You might not have gotten over the dumb shit she said, and that's fine. That is. To each their own. I will say, Grace Randolph is exponentially worse, although still would. Grace Randolph is exponentially worse, and you should put your hatred of Brie Larson aside to conquer the even larger enemy that is Grace Randolph. Prove to her that, you know what? We hate you more than we hate Brie Larson, so we're going to go see this movie anyway, god damn it.
And I got to say, I don't
think most people care either, Tate Martin.
Reaction to it. It kind of makes sense, if you want my honest opinion, because she's worked with Nintendo before, with commercials, and she's a pretty big super fan of Nintendo. So they're just grabbing a big name and putting it on the movie, despite that she's had a few bombs.
And to be fair, she doesn't even need to be a big Nintendo fan. Chris Pratt made it abundantly clear that he wasn't exactly a big fan, but he still very much played the character well and honored it. And that's what matters.
But, you know, I think And we'll find out during
GDR,
the
Nintendo is not going to lose money.
Kind of changed a little bit. Kind of in the same.
You can hate Nintendo all you want.
Jennifer
They're not going to
Lawrence
lose money.
has. Like Jennifer Lawrence regrets saying stupid shit all the time. So we'll see. We'll see. But as of this, I don't care. She can be Rosalina. Not a big deal to me.
Bro, the irony of her next post underneath. Hate channels are a scourge on the internet and the industry. This idea we therefore can't say anything negative when there's plenty of evidence to back it up is insane. Hate channels are a scourge on the entertainment industry, which is out here calling for a fucking movie to fail because she didn't like the first one. Pot, meat, kettle.
But Grace is getting shit for this. So much so that 50 minutes ago, as at the time of this recording, she had to go in and add this. And blaming other people. She had to blame other people. She's now the victim of her own post.
It's even longer.
She had to blame other people, right? She's now a victim of the hate grifter channels for the dumb post that she made to her base, which is people that eat up a lot of nonsense. Hate channels are a scourge on entertainment in the industry. I would actually throw that back at you and say shills such as yourself are kind of a bad thing for entertainment in the industry because all you guys do is suck ass and attack people. Grace Randolph literally called people incels.
Dude, for real, Jeremy Reviews says, is Grace just on a quest to collect as many L's as possible? It's amazing, because, like, as much as she's collecting L's, she should be a Nintendo fan, bro. She can collect all the stars or all the moons in Mario. She can collect all the Pokemon. She can collect all the pieces of the Triforce. Trust me, she seems like she into collectathons the way she into collecting all them L's, bro.
Not liking whatever romance is in Badlands. That's her words, not mine. I don't know if there's romance in that movie or not. But if you don't like that movie, you're an incel, according to Grace Randolph. She got shit for that, too. But after getting shit here in this post, and we'll go back to it, she had to blame the hate on other people. Oh, yeah, it's actually those other channels that made me post this. So she goes on to try to justify the post, saying Brie Larson has a history of making comments on press tours, etc., that are not helpful and turn off audiences. She was also a big part of reimagining The Marvels, a film which I gave a good review, but that sequel ruined a billion-dollar character. I would say, first off, Captain Marvel was...
Dude, Grace Randolph is Exhibit A in women being unable to be accountable for their actions.
Never a billion-dollar character. Let's be real. The reason that first movie made money is because it was sandwiched between two of the biggest comic book movies of all time. So, we'll see. But here she is getting her backlash here. Said, I thought you didn't like the toxic channels. Why are you giving them this? She was the first victim of those channels. Like, everybody's in here giving her shit. I am by no means a Brie Larson defender, but I think past comments have been blown out of proportion. I didn't write it off. I said Larson was a risk. Here's another...
Guys, Larson is not a risk. Larson is not a risk. Not in the Mario movie. Larson would be a risk, like, to maybe some small indie film or something, or not even, a modest box office thing. But, dude, she's not a risk to Mario. Ain't nobody hate Brie Larson more than they love Mario. Let's be real. This movie is going to do numbers. Mario 1 made 1.2 billion. Minecraft made almost $1 billion. What do we think of the numbers for this, man? I don't know if it's going to hit the 1.2 billion mark like the first one. I'm going to be real because I think that time is by and large gone for movies. You're going to have your exceptions, and maybe this is one of those exceptions. But by and large, I think that time for movies is mostly gone. But this is going to do numbers.
When it's just a voice, she's responding to all of them. Your haterade against other women needs to be studied. Question is, has she learned from the past? Oh, this person's got me blocked. But I think she has learned from the past.
I think so as well. She has stopped saying dumb shit for a long
Eat
time.
Shit, Grace. No one cares what you think. You are really starting to be a pick-me girl, coded. I don't think it's a good play. The only people that hate Brie Larson are right-wing losers.
Even Zegler, as much as I love Zegler, I don't think that she would doom this movie. I can't stand Zegler. If they casted Zegler as Rosalina, my love for Mario and my trust in Nintendo would outweigh my hatred for Zegler. It really would. And I think most people think like that as well. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. But I do think that that's the case. So yeah, I mean, you would never see me, if Zegler was cast, be like, oh, because they cast Rachel Zegler, Mario 2's gonna flop. Like, sorry. That ain't happening. Ain't no goddamn way that's happening. I won't say that about Brie. In fact, again, I think people largely don't care. Nobody's gonna go see it for her. Nobody's gonna be like, oh, Brie Larson's in the new Mario movie? We didn't see the first one, but now we have to see the second one because of Brie Larson. That's not gonna happen. But that's fine. This movie is gonna make its money purely on the strength of how good the first one was and how many people just fucking love Mario. It really is that simple.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, I don't think... Even if she said wild shit at a press conference or tour interview or whatever, I don't think it'll really affect the Super Mario Brothers movie, to be honest. I really don't. It's kind of too big to fail. Mario is
He is
huge.
correct.
It's a huge property. It's got generations of fans. And, I mean, we're at the point now where people that played the original Mario Brothers could have grandkids.
No, more than that. Could have great grandkids. Think about this. 84, right? Super Mario Bros. Came out in 84, I believe. The original game. If you were in your 40s in 84, you hypothetically could have great grandkids. They'd be very young, but great grandkids that are now playing Mario on the Switch too. You could.
Going with their grandkids to see this. So you got grandparents, just mothers and fathers and their kids, and then kids that want to see it. Like it's kind of too big to fail. But yeah, I don't think this is that big of a deal.
I mean, you could say hearing that just in chat, Dax says hearing trust in Nintendo's feels wrong. I disagree. Look, we can talk all sorts of shit about Nintendo's shady business practices. We can talk about the price points of the Switch 2. Obviously, there's a lot to criticize in that regard. But in the way they handle their IPs, it's totally fair to say trust Nintendo. Trust Nintendo. Nintendo has always been protective of their IPs. Mario 1 proved that it could work. In terms of the games themselves and the way the characters are respected, what they license out, things like that. Nintendo is not in recent past given us any reason not to trust them. So you can you can say don't trust Nintendo for business business side of things, because they're shitty to they're anti-consumer, for example. This is a completely different conversation. I feel like we have to call it as it is, not just blanket fuck Nintendo, because good things are good, right? Good things are good, bad things are bad, and we need to be able to separate them.
Wild take, huh? I bet you thought I was going to melt down about it. But like I said before, I think she's fine now. She hasn't done anything crazy in some time. I think she's kind of realized that she was turning off a lot of people. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Otherwise, I'm kind of looking forward to the movie. I love these games and characters. So, I hope it's great. Sure, it will be. And we'll see what happens. But anyway.
Yep, I mean, I couldn't agree. I couldn't agree anymore. The thought process I've got is that at the end of the day, we're going to be seeing Mario 2. Mario 2 is going to make money. Has Brie said dumb shit in the past? Yes. Yes, she absolutely has. Brie has said dumb shit in the past. I also think that time is largely behind her. I think she's learned from it. And even if she hasn't, again, no one's really going to see this for Brie Larson. No one's going to not see it. Very few people, I should say, are going to not see it because of Brie Larson. The quartering made how many dozens upon dozens of anti-fucking Brie Larson videos, and he's going to go see Mario 2. Ain't nobody going to not see this because of Brie Larson, and it's going to be fine. At the end of the day, I don't think there's anything to worry about. I think that Grace Randolph is 100% ridiculous. She's coping. She's a moron. Again, she said that Predator Badlands was the best Predator movie, or the Predator movie for a new generation, yada yada. I mean, her insanity knows no bounds. I for one, can't wait for this. In fact, we're going to react to the trailer. So these are just my opinions. Let me know yours in the comments down below. Let me know on X. You can find me at Bolt the Word. And please do subscribe. I'm a nerdy news channel. I cover nerdy news every day. Not always about the video game industry or movies, but anime, music, Magic the Gathering, you name it. Check me on Instagram at wordsparadise_Leon and become a member for $4.99 a month. You can join the Discord. Choose the articles we go over on a day-to-day basis. Choose the videos we react to on the nightly streams. And of course, get involved with over 200 other vital idols. We are a bright, beautiful, glowing, vibrant community that I cannot wait to grow even further. Because we do care about diversity. Only one kind of diversity. Diversity of thought that's interesting to you. Join the Discord, hit subscribe. Until next time, it's all here in the Nerdosphere. This has been Words of Paradise.